And then we read in verse 31, and many of the people believed on him and said, when Christ cometh, will he do more miracles than these which this man hath done? So even they're questioning their own thinking, saying, this man's done so many great miracles. Will the Christ do more? They're even questioning their own thinking here, right? Then we read in verse 32, the Pharisees heard that the people murmured such things concerning him, and the Pharisees and the chief priests and officers to take him. So again, they're trying to send people to go take him, right? Then Jesus said unto them, yet a little while I am with you. He's talking about he will be with them for a little while before he is crucified, and then will be risen from the dead, right? And he will then appear for them over a period of 40 days to 500 people, as we read in 1 Corinthians. And then he will ascend back up into heaven, and one day he will return, which is why it's so important that we get right with Christ now, get into the Gospels, read about the accounts of Jesus, and understand he is trustworthy and reliable, and that you can put your faith in him because he is trustworthy and reliable, and claiming to be the only way to save us, and claiming to be God, right? Claiming that he can die on the cross to save us from our sins, and that he did do that. So put your faith in the finished work on the cross and in Jesus, and you will be saved, and then you will avoid the day of judgment when he does return, right? But then he says after that, and then I go unto him that sent me. So he goes back into the Father. Like I said, he rose from the dead. After he rose from the dead, then he ascended back into heaven, right? And then he's saying in verse 34, ye shall seek me after that, and shall not find me. They can't find him. Why? And where I am, thither ye cannot come. They cannot go to where Jesus was because he's obviously going to heaven, or he will ascend back up into heaven. But also, he's also saying here that if you do not believe, you cannot come with me because you will not believe, and I am the only way to get to heaven. Jesus is the justifier of us to God so that our sins can be paid for because they're atoned by his blood, right?